Boy, I've got to make a video, but I have no idea where to go. I guess I'll just drive down the road until I see something that's interesting. Oh, hey. Welcome to the channel. I have no idea where I am, nor a plan of where to go. And it's very difficult to climb these rocks in snowshoes, as you just seen. It's a small embankment too. It's giving me issues. Come on. Ugh. Oh, so graceful. So this is the parking lot, and this is some of my surroundings. Not really a lot of snow. I think I'm trying to get to like a rainbow lake, and there's always cars parked here. So I know there's a cool trail. It's just I've never actually come over here. All right, according to All Trails, this is the Lock Leven Trail, and I think it goes up to a lake, which I'm guessing is also called Lock Leven. I don't know. I'm kind of winging it today. I don't really know where I'm going. I don't really know what I want to talk about, other than perhaps some of the stories I've been watching about people climbing Mount Everest, and so many Western climbers who are being rescued by Sherpas and guides, but then when they get back to the States or Canada or whatever rich country they're from, generally they're always talking about their success and how they climbed the mountain and they summited the highest peak on earth. But yet, the real story is that they were basically about to die on the way back down because it took them so long to climb the mountain. And to me, I feel that unless you get yourself up the mountain and back down yourself safely, is it really a summit? And is that really the accomplishment that you're claiming you've had of doing this majestic climb up a mountain, highest peak on earth, but yet if some random guide hadn't stopped their own pursuit of getting their clients up the mountain, that they've sacrificed not only their own summit attempt but their clients to save a stranger who then just comes back and takes all the glory and doesn't even acknowledge the person who saved them. And it just seems like story after story I'm listening to on YouTube, it just blows my mind how the really wealthy people just see us as kind of a tool, and even after saving their life they'll come back and talk about how great their accomplishments are and how they did it and their sponsors, without the acknowledgement of the people who literally carry them up these mountains. I've been looking up more videos about mountaineering. It's funny how just these small snowshoe hikes have kind of spurred this fascination with mountaineering, climbing up steep mountains, and just this thinking of what's the next journey of my life? What is it going to look like? And what sport should I try and pursue? And instead of competing against other people like I have in the past in triathlon, maybe challenging my own body and mind to climb up mountains would be a good endeavor to pursue. I do tend to like to pick epically expensive sports to do while also being poor. But at least, I mean, I've always found good ways of making things affordable, buying used on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist back in the day, eBay. Even with like most of my clothing, I usually get it secondhand, or like outlets like Sierra Trading Post, which have decent outdoor gear, but like a fraction of the new price. So I suppose that whatever thing I choose to do, I can find inexpensive ways of doing it, add them for fun. Whatever goals that we can create and ways to motivate ourselves to stay healthy, mind, body, and to eat well. The three elements to fitness. I think that's a worthwhile endeavor and something that is worth spending money on. The first obstacle, which I'm going to see if this ice, how firm it is. It seems pretty firm. I could just walk across or around it over there, but that's not as much fun. I mean, fun's a kind of a relative term. Walking across ice that you're not sure if it's thick enough or not. But completed. I know that there are a lot of other YouTubers doing like really crazy extreme mountaineering feats and climbs and adventures. And I'm just like a mini version, maybe. Hardly. Just doing hikes that really anyone can do. But still, I think it's pretty great out here. It's beautiful. And the problem with YouTube, it seems, is everyone's trying to outdo themselves and doing all these really death-defying stunts basically for views. And so maybe there's a bit of a niche for just more like relaxed climbing or just being outside doing walks and getting in some kind of steps and mileage every day. I don't know, sometimes I think really badly about myself and like what I'm doing is kind of dumb and it's not really worth it. But who knows? I think it takes time to figure out what is worthy of following as an endeavor or a passion. I think doing more extreme sports is my passion, but filming, you know, making like a short video every day is also a passion. And you can't do something crazy every day. And it's really fun because I get to come to places that I've never even been to and I probably wouldn't even come to this area if I wasn't taking a video and trying to share it with other people. So this rock formation is really cool. But I think I'm gonna try and get up to that summit up there. All right, I think I'm right at the foot of the main climb here. I'm thinking straight up through here will be my best bet. Over there looks like more avalanche places. This feels pretty remote. Not like Donner Summit where I can still see Donner Lake and a lot of other landmarks. That was a bit of a steep section, so I had to quit filming when it kind of went vertical right over here. You can't even see over the ledge, but that's why you always want your gear out and ready before you start climbing. I only have a little bit more, I think, up. I think I'm gonna try to get right over there, but it is still steep and there's a lot of rocks potentially that could come down, so still gotta be careful and observant. I might need a helmet, like, might be a good idea just in case. Doing pretty well getting up here. This kind of feels and looks like a giant glacier in a way. It's just this really smooth snow. It's deep though. You don't really know how deep. So you take a step and you just sink right in. This kind of feels like my own little expedition here. Wow, this kind of rolls up and then it's flat a little bit and then it rolls up again. And just continually kind of climbing up with these giant boulders. This wilderness just keeps going, just rolling along. Pretty impressive. So far, come from way back there at the freeway. This is just like a big climb so far. It looks like there's still a long ways to go. It's crazy with these dips. The valleys that go down and up makes everything a lot slower. It looks like I've got like maybe 2 more to get to that next rolling peak up there. But I don't want to go too far as it's 3 o'clock now and I don't want to lose sunlight, especially in a place where I've never been and I'm not familiar with, obviously, since I've never been here. What a random find. Way up in the mountains. A literal sword in the stone. Yep, I am not worthy. How cool is that? And then out of all this land here, and the way I came up, literally, this is like a needle in the haystack. Incredible. Lots of wilderness out here. So I think I'm gonna turn it around here. There's a lake down there I wanna go past and check out. And just look at the sky right now. I mean, this is really incredible with the clouds. It makes me kind of nervous when I'm way out here and there's no other tracks at all. Like no backcountry skiers, no snowshoeing done. It's really just me out here. But at least my phone has good reception so I can monitor all trails and see where I am. Let's see how firm this lake is. Beautiful. The lake has this kind of Caribbean blue sheen of ice, which just tells you that this lake is very clean water. I thought I heard a crack, but it's actually from my snowshoes. Maybe I'll just go to the other side of the lake over here. So that mountain peak over there is where we came up. Way better than where the trail is in these woods. That's no fun. I like to have the views. Not like, you know, the YouTube views and the scenic views also. So that was one of the peaks, and then way back there was the sword. And so we just kind of done like a big U and then heading back. But I'm gonna go down through here. There's just something about walking through the rocks and the boulders with these majestic cliffs right above you. It's just so magical or mystical. It makes you realize that we're just a small little blip on this planet. We might think that we're all important, but in scale of the earth, and it's just magnitude, we really are just insignificant little bleeps, not blips, in time. Gotta watch my language. I think I deserve that hole. Oh man, come on. Ugh. It's really stuck in some rocks. All right, crisis averted. To overcome going down the steep slope that I had to climb up with the ice axe. I don't think it'll be too bad. Well, I made it to the bottom, and the bottom of this hole as well. Just gotta drag my way out. Ugh. The snow is just so wet and heavy. Just traps the snowshoes down there. Oh, freedom. It always happens, like, I'll fall in like shortly after I turn the camera on. It's like a camera curse. But this was pretty intense. Oh, this is good. And I think it's just about like searching out something, maybe if you can every day, but maybe once a week, twice a week, something that reminds you that you're alive. I've just been living in so much depression for years. I'm just trying to slowly dig my way out. But these times out in the woods, snowshoeing around, exploring new areas, really helps me just forget about all my depressive, negative thoughts. And this makes me realize that we might as well enjoy our time here, because it is truly limited. Our lives aren't infinite on this planet, at least. And I think it's good that we acknowledge that and treat every day like it's special, because it really is. We don't have too many. And so I think it's important to do something for yourself each day. Oh man, this tree tree wells. So treat each day kind of special. I mean, it could be your last, I suppose. And don't be too hard on yourself. Self-love. I think that's it. I gotta turn off the camera so that way I stop like falling in holes and tree wells and stuff. And for those of you still watching, I just want to say thank you for staying till the end. Really appreciate it. Trying to come up with decent content every day for the channel. I had no idea what to expect today. I imagine some will be a dud. Can't have bangers every day. I think this was all right. This is a good hike out into the wilderness and snowshoeing, and today we're kind of checking out a lot of the areas together since I've never been here. And it's because of all of you that watch my videos is what inspires me to get out and do some adventuring, and hopefully inspire you to do the same, even if it's just walking around your local neighborhood, or going on a bike ride, or trying to pick up a new sport, even just playing pickleball. It's all good. It's all activity, moving our bodies, and navigating this crazy roller coaster of life. And with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see where I end up then.